Have you plateaued in your squat? Want some help? Watch this.
Our next caller is Laura from Washington.
Hey, Laura, how can we help you?
Hi, guys. Thank you for taking my question. And also thank you for the podcast. I found y'all about a year ago. And
Awesome.
absolutely blew the door open for me in so many ways. The only problem has been I find it really hard to listen to any other health or fitness podcast.
Yeah.
You guys are so entertaining. So,
that was the plan, just so you know.
That's it.
well, you did a good job. So thank you.
Thank you.
So I've done some research on it and I kind of already found a few answers, but I'm really struggling with increasing my squat strength. And I really think it has to do with possibly my CNS or me feeling safe. But the squat is one that I really want to get to that place where I feel comfortable just doing 1 or 2 reps. But I just mentally hit this block where I put the weight on and I can feel my form start to break down. But then when I lower the weight, I can do 6, if that makes sense. So I'm struggling to find that. So my next question was, I didn't know if possibly incorporating more trap bar deadlifts at a deficit, because I think it's at the very bottom. So either I need to do more pause squat. I'm not sure. I'm
pause
asking.
Squats. Yeah, I think that would be great. And 2, like tension squats, I guess is how I would coin these. But, priming with this, with the Dumphy squat, which is where you kind of push up with a stick, in order to kind of direct a lot of that muscular tension to feel like, you're more supported and you're getting a louder signal out of your CNS. I think really like slowing down, maybe taking some of the weight off and because obviously, you're more comfortable with that right now. And that's like something that you got to kind of work through, but to be able to stay a little bit longer at the bottom of that squat and really reinforce that by squeezing and intentionally, taking that time to squeeze as much tension out of the muscles as you possibly can. And then, going through reps and cycles of that, I think is gonna be really helpful.
So I have 2 things I like, and I actually do like your trap bar deadlift idea. I mean, I think that there's especially when it's like a psychological thing of just like getting comfortable with putting that much weight and then coming out of the hole at the bottom. So getting strong because you probably feel safer loading the trap bar even more. So I do like that idea. I also like this if you have this ability. If you have a squat rack where you can put safety bars up, I would put them at right where the bottom of my squat is and actually load the bar even heavier than what you've ever done and actually take the bar down as slow as you can and then set it down and then get out from underneath it. This is going to take a little bit of effort. It would be ideal if you were with another person who could help you re-rack and do it. But what that will do, you talk about it being, you might be on the right track of this being a CNS thing of you just learning to control that much weight and get over the psychological hurdle of, oh my God, this is scary. So you load that and the safety bars are at the bottom are going to catch you there. So your goal is to just slowly go down into the hole as slow as you can and then let it set on the safety bar, then climb out underneath it, strip the weights off, set it up again, give yourself some rest, do it again. And get yourself comfortable. I remember this exact feeling of when I really first got in squatting. I was lifting with these guys that were power lifters, and at that point in my life, like squatting 135 was actually really heavy. So I'm like 17, 18 years old at this time. And these guys put 225 on there. Like it was so beyond. And I was like scared to death. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I can't even get close to this. Why am I doing this? He's like, I just want you to feel the weight. And I remember after doing that, how quickly my strength went up because they were right. Like it was this, my body then got comfortable with just stabilizing that much weight. So then when I actually went to 185, which was less than what they put on my back, all of a sudden it didn't feel so scary anymore because I had stretched myself that way. Now I had the support of them squatting, holding me, but if I had to do it on my own, I would do it the way I just told you.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, too, these are a little bit more advanced moves, but if you did have access to rubber bands as well to put for an assistance, so that way too, you get that sort of elastic energy help on the way at the very bottom. Obviously, it increases the help as you go lower, but at least that way you could stack up to Adam's point of like being able to feel heavier weight at the top. It really will help to kind of get your body acclimated to that.
Yeah. What's going to give you the most bang for your buck right now, honestly, is the pause squats.
Yep.
Staying tight, box squats, sit on a box, pause on the box, tighten up, and then stand back up. You know, the heavy negatives that Adam said is good too. That'll make you really sore though, and that's can be a bit scary for somebody. But if you just want to do something right now, that's not going to take a lot of skill. Pause with the weight that you can handle, and hold it at the bottom for 5 seconds.
Yep.
That by itself, that alone will help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've listened recently, and I know there was a little back and forth. There was a few ladies arguing about how they didn't feel like there was enough legs in some of these programs. And to be honest with you, I was finding myself, not on purpose, but getting to that point where I was like, man, I don't feel like I hit my legs. But I truly believe, especially in the strength, it's because I never pushed myself to that level and I was really struggling. So
Yeah.
really doing, 6, and I'm like, man, I know I can do more mentally. I think because I didn't feel like I was succeeding, I was like, I still got to do something else for my legs because I didn't, I wouldn't be successful at it. So I think that's absolutely great advice. I will take all of it and I will continue to put the hard work in. And I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Yeah. Well, Laura, real quick, when you notice the strength gains in MAPS Anabolic, I'm going to make a guess that your deadlift and squat made bigger gains than your overhead press and your bench press, probably significantly.
Yes, absolutely. I am recovering a little bit from an AC joint. I didn't realize for so many years I was doing bench press, not totally. Anyways, long story short. So yes, my deadlifts and my squats absolutely went up.
Yeah, and here's the irony. People who say that, they feel like it's more upper body. You look at the strength gains they make in the squat and the deadlift, blows away the gains that they made in some of those other lifts. So yeah. It is a hip dominant program. And so when people say that, it's they don't understand that there's biceps, triceps, delts, traps, chest, and then legs. It's like quads, hams, calves, and then some glute stuff. So it's just less muscles, bigger gross motor movements, and it's a very, very equal program when it comes to training the body. But anyway, thanks for calling.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
I think I gained almost 2 pounds of muscle in the last month and a half. So nice. I was blown away. And this is after weightlifting for 7 years. So excellent. I was shocked.
Hell yeah. So, that's awesome, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
So thank you guys very much.
You got it.
Right.
Dude, I'm so glad she said that right now.
Yeah.
Because
that's why I asked that, because we get that sometimes, and especially from women.
And she hit on the head exactly the women that have made those comments is if you were to push yourself on those squat days and on those deadlifts, I promise you, your body will definitely adapt, will definitely grow. You do not need technically any more exercises in the routine. It's that you haven't been able to push yourself on those exercises.
Yeah, well, she's got the right mentality too. It's like knowing that it's a little bit of uncertainty there for her as she wants to load, has to put the work in now to train the body to get in that mindset to be able to support the joints and have her feel like this is going to be, a good lift for her.
Listen, it was just like the last caller, and I was given the advice that, Katrina's been lifting for over 10, 15 years, and I still have to remind her this. It's just, my female clients are always going to lean on the safer side, and they're going to control the weight, which there's lots of benefits to that, right? Their form mechanics, they tend to be better. But then that's the downfall is to get them to really push the limits of like stretching themselves with weight, and then giving them that freedom of like, just because the program calls for 5, it doesn't mean that you can't load the bar up. And then when you're at rep 3, go, oh shit, I might not get to 5. So you stop at 3. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's how I have to talk to Katrina all the time is like, listen, I want you to load the bar as if you don't have to get to 5. Don't think that you have to get to 5. Load the bar with more weight than you're ever used to. And then if you don't think you can get to 5, then stop at 3 or 4. Nothing wrong with that.
I do blame the workouts for women, that you see online where there's like 50 different leg exercises.
Yes.
But
jump lunges and side lunges.
Yeah, but 40 of them are these stupid, silly, dumb,
pointless.
Worthless exercises. Like that's the problem. Like, this is way less legs than I'm used to.
And that's what it is.
Watch what happens.
You're right. And they're used to that. Their legs burn burn. My legs burn when I do this, or they get this pump because all you're doing is pumping fluid into them and stuff like that. And so they think that it's a better leg workout. It's like, nah, that's not how it works.